An amazing day as we finally have new Ninjago images out for the new Dragons Rising and Legacy sets for 2026. Yeah, so without any further ado, let's get to it. Our first LEGO set is a pulley bag for the 2026 wave. We have Cole's car, which is supposed to be a recreation of this Cole's car from a while ago in like 2011. Now, this image has been out there for a while, so I'm going to kind of skip past this one. The minifigure looks awesome. I love how we're getting Cole in a $5 set. And for like $5, honestly, I think this is better than the original version, so I'm happy they went with this. For our next LEGO Ninjago set, we have the Nia versus Mutation Monster Spinner, which I'm so happy to see because it is the same spinner system as the one that we had from this year. And then we also have the Lloyd set, which I think it looks pretty nice too. Forgive me if I'm being colorblind, but I believe we're getting the new elemental parts in purple as well as green, which I think is really cool, which is awesome. And I think it's really awesome that we're getting these colors. I just wish we got blue because then you could use the spinner for both Nia and Zane. And in fact, you could technically use it for Wildfire if you just change one of the parts to like a light blue. That would be heat perfectly. But if you were to have just like a purple, it's a little bit more restricting. But otherwise, I think the sets are solid. I'm pretty happy we're getting a full mutation monster. We're getting like a full ninja suit. We're getting 2 minifigures in each of these $10 sets. So that's always really nice. I'm also really happy that they continue the system because I absolutely love it. Like once I found out that they're going to be bringing these back, I went ahead and bought Kai and Saurus because they're going to retire soon and I want to collect them all. I think these 3 sets are a great start to the wave, so let's keep going. And I honestly have to say, I love this, even though it's like the same mold as like every other set. This one has dragon wings, so I guess it's a little bit more interesting and different in that sense. So this set has Kai, Sora, as well as an Earth Monster, which is an interesting figure selection. It perfectly parallels this year's figure selection. We got 1 main ninja, 1 new ninja, and 1 villain. This might be a coincidence, but I thought it'd be pretty cool to point out. Last year we got a Zane bike, and this year we got a Zane mech. This year we got a Kai bike, and so now we have a Kai mech. So that's interesting. It's interesting how this comes with the Draconis Kai mask, but there is no tail, so you technically still have to buy the J set if you want the full minifigure, that is. Along with everything else so far, I'm going to be picking these up. These look amazing. I think this set is a great little $10 set, and it comes with some really cool figures. So yeah. Next up, we have the Cole's mech set. This is the Cole Mission mech and Dragon Zane Lego set. It is an interesting set. It has 364 pieces at $30 price point, which is interesting because this looks like a $20 set. It looks really small, but given the high piece count, maybe it's a bigger than I think. Overall, on the set, it does look like the Cole Golem, and I think it's supposed to be a version of the Cole Golem. Maybe something Cole straps together since he doesn't have his elemental powers, but he modeled it after his Cole Golem. Maybe that. But, you know, it still looks cool. It does have the gun on the side, which I think is a really nice feature. And then it also has a sword on his other hand, which I love to see. I think it's really cool that they included that. Dragon Zane is inclusive to the set, and I think that's interesting. His minifigure looks pretty solid. Not as good as the other ones, I'd say, but still really cool. You get the acid monster, and then you also get the Cole minifigure. All in all, a relatively okay set. I don't know if I'll pick this one up. I feel like $30 is a bit much for a set like this. That set that kind of looks like 20. It also doesn't like feel that great to me. Maybe like once I see the show and once I see this set in action, maybe I'll want it more, but currently I don't really want this. Next up, we have the Ninja Dragon Ryu battle set, which is an interesting Lego set. It has a $45 price tag for just 347 pieces. It means that it has fewer pieces than the $30 Cole's mech, which is kind of crazy. Now, it likely has some bigger or more expensive pieces, but the $10 price difference still sticks out and it is a bit confusing. In this set, you get the new Aaron minifigure, which I think looks pretty okay. It could probably be a little better, but I think it's fine for what it is. And then you also get the Loyalist character for the first time. I think this one looks pretty good. I really love the face that this minifigure has. You get the Dragon Nia minifigure, which is awesome, and then you also get a mutation monster. Now, what I specifically don't like about the set is it's $45, which puts it on par with the set like Rontu, meaning Ryu is now as big as Rontu, and that feels weird because the set doesn't feel as big as Rontu. All in all, for $45 and kind of the sucky minifig selection, I'm not going to be picking this set up. And this is coming from the Ryu stand, by the way. I absolutely love Ryu, but I just don't get the price for the set. Next up, we have the 15th anniversary Ninja stand, and I think this looks like a pretty awesome set in some cases. It's $45 for a small stand, which is kind of expensive. I love that we're getting a part of the monastery, but I'd rather have the whole thing. The minifigure count is awesome. You're getting 7 minifigures, so 6 of the main ninja, and then you also get Sensei Wu as well as Jay's mom as an exclusive figure, which I love. The small anniversary stand piece is kind of like the Dragonian village set. It is kind of meant to be a minifigure pack. It's not really a set. Also, there seems to be absolutely no way to properly display Old Ninja on it. There's just not enough steps without the minifigures conflicting with. One another. For this set, one of the big main play features seems to be connecting the other stands to this thing to make like a full thing, but it's just really weird to me. Honestly, I would pay the $45 price tag for the minifigures alone, but given the fact that the minifigures are going to be in the Old Town set too, I'm probably not going to get it because it'd be just spending $45 for Jay's mom. The next set we have is a $55 set, which is a Jay car Lego set. Personally, I think this one is a really solid looking set, but it is $55 and it only has roughly, I believe, 480 pieces, which is kind of crazy to me. It literally looks like a $30 set. If it were to be $30, I would totally buy this. The minifigure selection is quite amazing. You have Kai, Nia, Jay, as well as like a loyalist and one of those Earth Monster guys. Now, given the fact that it is a $55 set, I probably will just not be picking this one up. It's just way too expensive for a set that is good. I think it has a cool transformation feature, just not cool enough to justify the price tag. The next Lego set we have is the Ninja Vehicle Battle at the Treehouse set. So they are specifying that this set is supposed to be a vehicle and a treehouse battle set. I think it's interesting. I kind of wish if we're going to have an $80 set for a treehouse, it was actually treehouse focused and not focused on just like the Zane's copter and Kai's bike. And that feels like it takes up about half the budget. The minifigures are pretty cool. We get Jay, Zane, Kai, and an exclusive Euphrasia minifigure. The build for the treehouse doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great either. I just kind of wish we got a lot more there. Overall, I will be picking up this set mainly for the minifigures because there's a really strong selection of characters that you're getting. But yeah, no, $80 for 640 pieces and not a focus set is just kind of a bad deal in my opinion. Next up, we have the Dragon of Life set, and unlike a lot of other people, I really do like this set. It costs $110, and that's probably due to a $10 tariff, meaning that the price probably would have been $100, but you know what, in the end of the day, it's still $110. It includes a big arc dragon and a small little villain mech. It's like a $10 villain type mech, but it comes with a really strong amount of articulation. Like, it looks like a well articulated build. And then if you look at the side, there's a little side build, which I think is a nice inclusion for like the theming behind this wave. Everyone I've talked to so far hates the dragon's design, but personally I love it. Like, the wings have Technic beams. People don't like that, but I think it's awesome. It allows for believe a little play feature, and then also has gray stone hind legs, but I still also really like that, even though a lot of other people don't. It has a strong figure selection. I think you get Cole and Lloyd in their dragon forms, which are honestly my favorite dragon forms. And then you also get Aaron, Sora, Zane, and then some, monsters or loyalists. But overall, I think it is a pretty strong set. It could probably be a little less pricier, but for what we're getting, I'm happy with it. Next up, we're going to be looking at 3 of the previously revealed sets before we end this video. We didn't really talk about the blacksmith shop set, so let's talk about that a bit. I honestly love this set. I think $100 is a great price tag for it. You get really cool references like this little no walking sign, and the set opens up so you can really interact with the build well. There's a big like place to make your blacksmith weapons, and then there's a great figure selection. We get Cole's granddad, which is an awesome minifigure. Overall, I think I'm going to be picking up this set on January 1st. There's just so many cool things about it, and I think I love this set overall. It is small, but it's still cool, and I think it's totally worth the $100. What are your guys' thoughts on it? I'd actually be interested to hear what you have to say. Next up, we have the Lloyd Titan mech remake, and honestly, I don't get how this is a remake because both of these sets look nothing like each other. Like, there's something, but not really. This set has all the same points of articulation that Cole's Titan mech has, so I'm really happy that we're getting that kind of articulation. But overall, I just don't really like this set. I think it's good. I think I'll soften up to it as I see more images, but it just looks kind of weird at the moment, and I think we need more images and like an in-hand review for me to make a decision. Also, what is this pose? I think like the marketing is bad for this set because that pose is so weird. You can barely see the the second one of his wings. Now, with that, we also have the minifigures Lloyd expected. We had Grimpax, which is a really cool inclusion. I like how he's dark blue. It gives us more variety, I want to say, in like who we get. Personally, I would have preferred Kotaru or Akita or someone, but I think it's nice that they brought this back because that's all they had the budget for, I believe. And then lastly, we got the old Elemental Master of Ice, who's an awesome minifigure. All in all, I think this is pretty cool, but there are definitely some points it's a little wide and it looks really weird. I currently am not planning to pick this one up, but that might change with time. Lastly, we got a fun little 4+ set that comes with 2 mechs at the $20 price tag. Honestly, I really like it. I think LEGO did a great job with it. We got 2 minifigures, the J minifigure and the Elemental Monster minifigure. I kind of hate that Jay didn't get his wings or tail because that would be nice to have in a cheaper set. And then we also have the Mutation Monster, who honestly looks kind of weird, but is a really cool idea. And I'm happy LEGO's going to go with this. Looking at some of the side box art, we can see that we have Jay, and then for our mascot, disappointingly, it is Lloyd again. And yeah, I mean, this is overall a pretty solid set for like 4-year-olds. I'm sure they'll definitely enjoy this one. It's a really good build, I think. So yeah, no, definitely. For $20, 2 mechs is amazing. I'm gonna have to say this is an alright wave. It doesn't seem all good, but when you compare it to something like the summer wave, it is so much easier to get minifigures, and I really like that. I think it's all up to Old Town to decide whether this wave is good or not, because if Old Town is a really good set, then this wave is definitely going to be a good wave. I don't think there's like anything that's super amazing, but I think everything is like somewhat finely priced, so it's not like terribly hard to get stuff. But yeah, no, those are like my overall thoughts on this wave. Let me know what you guys are going to be picking up in the comments below. Personally, I think I'm going to be buying Old Town, all the small $10 sets, the Blacksmith Shop set, the Arc Dragon of the Whispering Wood, or like the Dragon of Life, or whatever you want to call it, and then also that Treehouse set, and then probably call it a day from there. For the other sets, I just probably will get them later down the line, or not at all. I don't care too much for those other sets. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys are planning to get, if you're actually going to go for all the Dragon forms, or are you going to like focus on just the Legacy stuff. But yeah, no, that is it for this video. That was pretty awesome, and bye.